Hi everyone, so I got really good news for you. So basically, guys, you know that the first government in Israel was formed on the 8th of March 1949. So that's why I think we need to start counting from 1949 and not from 1948. And the reason being is because 1948 is just when it always started, but it was the actual whole nation with the government and everything was formed on the 8th of March 1949. And this is really good news because the 8th of March is around the corner, meaning um, meaning that if we count 70 years by 80 years, that takes us to 2029. 2029 minus 7 years is 2022. When was it formed? On the 8th of March in 1949. So you know what, like we right at the door. I mean, Jesus is right at the door. He's about to come back, because I mean that's what the prophecy says, kind of, if we interpret it right. But obviously we don't know, we have no idea. We This is just all speculation. But also, I was pondering of what Jesus said about the fig tree generation, and also the temple. He predicted that the temple was going to be destroyed, and it was destroyed on 70 AD. So basically, like, if you go 70 AD, which is when it was destroyed, and he said, some people, they don't know how to predict this, because I don't know if they know, I don't know if I'm wrong, I don't know, like, I need help from someone, because obviously I have no idea, I don't know, because he says that it will be destroyed within that generation, he said, or like, these things will not pass away until this generation is over, or something like that. So obviously you guys need to help me out on this, because I'm not really good at this. But Jesus could have been talking about his generation, his generation, and it would be within his generation, because he happened after 40 years, and he predicted this when he was like 30 or something like that. But what I know, but obviously I need help on this. I've been doing research on the internet, but it's just I can't get to clear things up properly. Like, I don't know if I don't. It's not very clear for me. But he said within his generation, obviously, this generation will not pass away. He was talking about his generation, obviously, 30 plus 40, because he predicted when he was 30. That's 30 plus 40. Obviously, that's 40 years, and that adds up to 30, equal to 30 years. 70 years. Just 30 plus 40 is equal 70, isn't it? So that's 70 years, and obviously that's quite of a big thing, because that still aligns with the fig tree generation prophecy. And also, we are within the fig tree generation prophecy still, because the government was not formed until the 8th of March 1949. So we are just days away from, we are days away from the, what is it? We are days away from the 8th of March 1949, from that generation being fulfilled, kind of, and then from the tribulation would start. If we predicting it right, obviously no one knows the day of the hour. No one knows the day of the hour, so Jesus could choose a day after or a day before. Like, you never know. Like, he can do whatever he wants, and he's amazing, and he's got everything planned out for us, and he's got the best for us. Jesus has got our back always. And so yeah, I just wanted to update you on that, because it's just an amazing way to look at it. And yeah, so guys, it's all quite amazing. if not, a generation. If not, I was thinking, what? Okay, the 8th of March may pass us by, and then we'll have to wait war until this year won't be finished yet until next year, until the 8th of March next year. Yeah, I mean that's something, isn't it? And then that would be an extra amount of time, maybe a grace period. And yeah, that's who I was wanting to talk about. Guys, have a nice day, and just think about if someone can help me out with the 70 AD prophecy about the temple and what that generation was, where it says, I'm looking for the verse but I can't seem to find the verse. I think it just says this generation will not pass away, which means his generation right there, which means it's what Jesus considers a generation. He may be talking about his generation from when he was born until the destruction of the temple is 70 years, 30 years, when he predicted 40, when the temple was destroyed. So there you go, that's 70 years, and that's still 70 years with the Psalms 90 thing, and 80 years by strength, and then minus 7 years, and then that takes us down to 2022. So we are right there, like that's good news. We could be flying away. We could be flying away within the next 7 days now. I mean, today is the 1st of March, so we go practically 7 days to go. It could happen between these days. If not, it could happen between on the 8th of March of this year until the 8th of March 2023. And if not, if people are going by the May one, if they're going by May 14th, 1948, let's see that, because that's a bit confusing as well. Like, if people are going by that, which I don't go by anymore, because that's let's see. So if people are going by 1948 plus 80 years minus 7 years, that's 2021. So um if we add another year, because obviously that is not finished yet, because 2021 and May 14th, it would take us, if we extend the period like I just talked previously, if you get it more or less, like if we extend it to 2020 to May 2000, would be like that's like the maximum you can go by, in my opinion. If you're going by 1948, that's the maximum you can go by, which is obviously until 14th of May 2022. That's the maximum. Like, there's not more you could go by. Like, literally, May 2022. So yeah, like, I mean, we will have to, if this doesn't adapt in a way, then we have to go by May 2022, and that will be the maximum amount of time in a way. And that's it, isn't it? It would be like, yeah, it would be the maximum amount of time, because it should have been fulfilled on May 2021, but it didn't happen. And then, but obviously it's not finished yet until May 2022. If it doesn't happen before May 14th 2022, then um obviously we're not interpreting it right, and I would just go by 1949, 8th of March 1949, and then we will have to wait until 8th of March, 2023, and that's the maximum we can go by, I think. Otherwise, a generation could be 100 years, yeah, because that's what in the Old Testament was. And if it is that, which I'm not really sure, but If it is that, it'll be 1948 plus 100 years is, yeah, 2048 minus 7, that's 2041. That's 2041. I don't know, but 4A has been in my life a lot. Like, I used to live at 4A, 4A, the postcode or the postal. I don't know how they call it in America, postal something, postal code. I think it was 48, isn't it? But 48 could also be 1948, isn't it? So maybe it is until the 14th of May. I don't know. So, we will have to wait until 2041, which is not really far away. If you think about it, it's not really far away. But also the Hosea prophecy, if Jesus died in 28 AD plus 2000 years, that's 2028. But if he died in 2000, if he died when he was 33 plus 2000 years, that's 2033 minus 7, that would take us to 2026. It's still, it's quite close. It's quite close. But yeah, I mean, the closest predictions we're looking at right now is before the 8th of March of this year, 2022, and before the 8th of March 2023. For the ones that are looking at 1948, the latest for that generation would be 14th of May 2022. So we're looking at 14th of May 2022, and today I'm looking at the 8th of March this month. Very important. Guys, have a nice day, and just please, if someone can help me out with that prophecy I told you about the 70 AD prophecy, and where it says generation within this generation, what generation? I mean, this generation would have been Jesus' generation, isn't it? It wouldn't have been from like that day. No, it would have been his generation, isn't it? He's talking this generation when he passed away. He was talking about his generation. Alright, guys, take care. Have a nice day.